A preamp is arguably one of the easiest ways to level up your recording. Doesn't matter what you're recording, doesn't matter what preamp you're currently using, if you're using an interface or something very high end. Switching up the preamp you're using has a dramatic feel on the microphone or the instruments that you are recording. And on today, we are going to take a look at the Black Lion Audio Auteur DT microphone preamp. Let's go. What's up, everybody? I'm Keith. Welcome back to the video. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get more videos like this. All right, so real quick, full disclaimer, Black Lion Audio did send me this over for review. However, everything inside of this video is my thoughts. They have no say in what's going on. They have no control over what I say, and they're not watching this video before it's out. Full disclaimer. All right, cool. So this is the Black Lion Audio Auteur DT, and the DT stands for desktop. So this is their take on their Auteur line, which they already have a lot of preamps out. I actually have two Auteur 500 series Mark II preamps that I use for my synths, and I also have their take on their 1176, and it's called the Black Lion Audio 17. I have that as well, and this DT version is made just as good. So throughout this entire video, what you're hearing me talk through my Lawton Audio LS208, and it's going directly into the Auteur DT, and then it's going directly into the DAW, and that is what you're hearing. No post-processing whatsoever. So Black Lion Audio was first known for taking existing gear and making modifications in them to make them better than the way they came out from the manufacturing, starting with cleaning up the power that your gear actually needs to power, you know, all of the components, to actually changing a lot inside the hardware units that we use today. So let's talk about the build quality. This is built very well. It is a desktop version of a preamp, so you can put it on your desk if that's something that suits you well. You can definitely put it on a shelf, put it on a rack, wherever you would like it, but it looks very good. It has like a brushed black finish, and it's a metal chassis, so this is built very sturdy. It's not janky, nothing's loose. And on the side of it, you have this wood trim that looks very, very nice. Preamps in this range, and at the taping of this is $259, so keep that in mind. But preamps in this range, and honestly some more expensive preamps, don't even do wood trim or make preamps look this good. It is a very good looking desk preamp. And you also have a bunch of other features that are on it as well. So in the front of the unit, you have your gain, which is the big knob. Then you have 4 buttons along the top. Your 48 volts for your phantom power, your polarity switch, a pad attenuation, minus 10 dB. You have a high Z button, and underneath it, you have the high Z input. You also have your power switch, and you have a VU meter. Now, a lot of preamps in this price range, though, they won't give you a VU meter, so it's just a nice touch to actually see on the Auteur DT. Now, if we turn the unit around, you have your AC adapter, you have a balanced output of TRS output, and you also have your XLR mic input, and that's pretty much all that's just on the back. So this is a good looking unit. I really do like the black finish on the entire unit, the way it looks, and especially because this is going to sit out, you know, it's just not just, you know, gray metal, you know. So it looks nice. It looks like a piece that you actually would want to put on a desk, especially with the wood trim and the VU meter. It looks very, very nice. And I especially like the lights on top of the actual buttons. When you click every button, it has this white light that's synonymous to what they use on a lot of their other products. They do use it on their Auteur Mark IIs, the 500 series versions as well. But that white light does make it look a little bit more premium, and it looks nice. Let's get into a little bit of how it sounds. Sound of this unit really blew me away because it's $259, and it does offer you more than what your interface preamps would ever offer you. It has a clean sound, but it's not 100% clean because of the pad that it has. You can really drive the input into the pad and get some nice saturation out of it. And when I was actually playing around with it with my synths, I could hear a lot of depth inside of this preamp. And then it had me really looking like, how's this preamp, you know, only $259? It sounds very well on that. So what I also did was, I have a good friend, his name is Dimitri Horton. He came by. There's a song that we're working on called No Balance. Here's a little bit of what we were working on, and you can kind of hear the preamp for yourself.
You've been good, so good, better than I ever could be to me. Good, so good, better than I ever could be to me. Good, so good.
So here's the session of No Balance, and we're still building it. But in this session, you can find a lot of vocal tracks, and everything that we recorded in this song was by the Auteur DT. That's the only preamp that we used, especially in this bridge section that you will find a lot of stacks going on, and you can hear how well this preamp does with multiple sources that, you know, were ran through it. One of the things I look at for preamps are how often can I use it in a scenario. And for someone who does a lot of background BGV songs that have a lot of tracks in them, it helps if you have a preamp that plays well with other sound sources. And one of the things that this preamp did do well is in the low mid range. Things weren't boomy and muddy, and oftentimes after a lot of tracks that builds up quite a bit, but this actually did very well in that area. So I'll play a little bit of this session and you can kind of hear for yourself how it stacks up well. Here we go.
You've been good, so good, better than I ever could be to me. Good, so good, better than I ever could be to me. Good, so good.
Yeah, and that's how the preamp sounds, and you can kind of hear how well it does with the sound source. Very happy with this, very happy. All right, so what are my thoughts on this unit? I feel like this unit is a very good utility unit. I feel like you can't have enough preamps if you're doing a lot of recording or a lot of different sources. You kind of don't know what flavor you want sometimes, and it's good to have something that is very clean but can give you that saturation that you want, like if you enable the pad and you really drive the input into it. So I used it on vocals, I used it on guitar, and I played some instruments from my synth through it just to hear how it sounds, and it sounds good. I will say that this is better than the preamps that you would find in the majority of your interfaces that you do purchase as well, and it does sound more expensive than $259. And this was just one session that I used this preamp in, but there's been maybe 3 or 4 other sessions where this was the only preamp that I used in those. I feel like this is for you if you like gear that sits on a desk. This is a nice piece of gear. It looks like a piece of furniture as well, and it looks very good. Also, if you're somebody who travels a lot, this is a good preamp to carry around because it will be better than whatever travel interface that you have. It's small enough to fit inside a backpack, and you can take it wherever you need to go and just plug that up to your interface, and you should be good. This is a really nice little unit. It's a nice package, I really do feel like this can go toe to toe with a lot of different preamps and give you a lot of different flavors in your studios. Now I also have Blackline Audio's Auteur Mark II's, the 500 series, and this is very similar to that. I feel like this is a little bit more open at the top, in the top end, and I'm not mad at that at all. There is slightly differences, but it does have that Blackline Audio kind of signature sound that those also offer me. But this is a very good unit, and those don't have a VU meter. This has a VU meter. This is a very nice addition if you need more preamps, or if you just want to try something new. I definitely say try it out. In this price range, I don't know if too many more preamps, honestly, that may sound this clean. I'm actually shocked how good this thing really sounds. So I want to hear from you. What do you think about this DT version of the Auteurs? What preamps are you using? What preamps would you want to see this thing go against? Let me know your thoughts down in the description below. But until then, hit the like button, subscribe, and the notification bell. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.